What is up? What is up? What is up? This is episode 3 of my podcast, Stuck in the Elevator. Let's go! Let's go! I'm so happy that I managed episode 3. I would be lying too if I said I wasn't procrastinating filming this a little bit. Also, we are still on the once a week. I don't know if twice a week is happening. That's ambitious. And, I'm just gonna get busier once I'm in school. But also, I don't know how I would describe myself now. I'm not busy, but I'm just at work all the time, and I work at a beach, so it's not like I can podcast there whatsoever. I'm there all day, so I'm really tired after that, so it's hard for me during the week to get an episode in. I don't know what it's gonna look like at school, but we will see. So yeah, I don't know what else I'm saying just about my life. I make little cards for this so I don't forget anything. Oh, Another moment of disappointment. I was supposed to have a guest, probably. I think I said last episode I was having a dream guest, my dream guest on my podcast, but that did not happen yet. It was just some, scheduling, what the freak were we going to talk about. So we're going to work on that. I feel like we will have a guest, though, before I go back to school, which is in 2 weeks. I think I'm moving back in 2 weeks, which is scary, but I might move back and then, come home and then for, 3 days, maybe work a couple more shifts and then go back that weekend. Otherwise, also we can take 2 trips in the car because there's so much stuff, but I feel I don't have as much stuff as I did when I was in a dorm, so it should be a little better. But you know what, we will see. I'm really excited to see the apartment come to life with everything we've done to prepare, so I am excited. I was gonna film this on Friday, so I have notes from Friday, and I have at the top of my note, egg-like slick back. I think I had an egg-like slick back in my hair. I don't know. I think that means my face looked like an egg, which is true. I have love-hate relationship with slick backs. Sometimes they eat down, and then there's other times where I'm it's not looking so good. There's some days where it's I feel if your hair is if it's caught up a little more versus if it's slicked and it's just flat, I feel it looks bad. But if you can angle it, and I don't know, I feel it's a very hard thing to get a good slick back. So maybe I wasn't feeling my slick back that day. It's almost better. I feel I could do a mean slick back on somebody because you can really get that hair tight. I have one of those brushes that's the slick back. It's I don't even know what kind of brush. It's the thinner bristles and they're all really close together. It smooths her out, but I haven't perfected what products to use. I've been using foaming gel or foamy. I feel that almost works better because the gel, you feel you can see it. And I have thin hair, so the gel just doesn't work as well. But that's okay. Oh, I got a digital camera. Woo! After, I don't know what the week saga, but after a week saga of giving Depop offers and searching eBay, I just don't know who to trust on eBay. Yes, it looks they have good deals, but it's is this fake? And it's you read the reviews and they're 99%, and I'm I don't know, it makes me nervous. eBay makes me nervous. So I bought from this girl off Depop. I got the Sony Alpha 5000. And it has a flip cam. It has the one thing I really wanted was a flip screen. So it's you can take selfies with it, and it has that. So I'm so excited. And it's coming on Thursday. I'm still gonna use I'm looking at right now, my camera to film. But I'm so excited for that camera, and I got a good deal. And yeah, the girl was so nice. Shout out the girl who sold me my camera on Depop. She was so nice. She messaged me. I didn't lowball her. You got me. But I do that sometimes. Just to see boundaries, to see if you can push boundaries. You gotta try. You don't know if you don't try. But she messaged me and she gave me a good deal, even though she still gave me a good deal, even though she didn't accept my offer. She still lowered the price, and she sent me all the things that come with it. And then she was I can't send pictures in the Depop chat, which I feel you should be able to. But if you give me your Instagram or your Snap, I can send you the pictures of what the photos look like, and I gave her my snap, and they look so good. She was like such a great communicator, and the pictures looked so good, and yeah. So I'm so excited. Thursday can't come soon enough. USPS, like, come on, get on it. I need my digital. Come on, 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 come on. Okay. Sex in the City update. I feel like I'm midway through the third season. I've been watching it almost every day. I watch it when I eat dinner after work. Watch like, I think the episodes are they 40 minutes? This is so bad that I don't know, considering that I watch the show almost every day. What's this computer for then? Pff, literally to look up things. Okay. Whoa. I wonder if you can hear me typing. It's hard to do with one hand though. I'm not. Oh yeah, they're 24 to 20 minutes. Pretty standard. I'm starting to not like Carrie. I'm starting to get super frustrated with Carrie because of the whole big thing. I'm at the point where like it was Charlotte just got married and they all went to LA. So like she's all sad because she told Aiden and she's like really sad and like she's like mad that he wanted to stop things even though she cheated on him. Like what, like obviously like he's like a great guy. Like I'm screaming at my phone as I watch because he was like perfect. He designed furniture. He was getting her to quit smoking, which is a dirty habit. She still was sneaking around with the big. I don't get the big hype, but we'll see as they keep going. And then poor Natasha. But it's crazy. I saw something on TikTok. The guy who plays Aiden, who is also, I want to say the guy who plays Aiden is the dad in To All the Boys I Loved Before. Great movie series, great book series. But the Aiden and Natasha are married in Ramona and Beezus. That's a great crossover. And, you know, I want to say maybe that's like a prediction for the future, but he loses his job in Ramona and Beezus, and clearly he's self-employed in Sex and the City, so not carrying over in that sense, but I'm getting off topic. And then I started Parks and Rec. I'm in the second season. I'm almost done with season 2, but season 1 was so confused. It was 6 episodes because I was like watching it and I was like looking at the episode number at the top and it was like season 2 episode 1. I was like, there's no way I just went through the whole first season. It was only 6 episodes. It was so good. I love Parks and Rec. I don't know if I like it quite better than The Office yet, but I've heard things like, no, it's just like better overall than The Office. I've seen like Reddit threads. Who's on Reddit threads? I kind of love Reddit threads. Is that controversial? I don't participate, but I love reading through Reddit threads. And I don't even have a Reddit account. But I should get one because I really like reading the threads because you can find literally anything. Look at... I looked up how long are episodes of Sex and the City, and besides the AI overview that first comes up, it's a Reddit thread. Let me see what it says. How do me and my girlfriend finish The Wire and Sex and the City at the same time? Like, that's such a specific question, and you know what? It's a Reddit thread. It's a big Reddit thread. Holy! Like, there's so much for people to say. There's so, like... Can we bring back Reddit? I don't know if it ever went away, but I feel like it's just like kind of the alt social media, and I feel like Reddit is way more credible than like Wikipedia. So like maybe we could Reddit like quote things. Saw this on Reddit, but obviously it's not a credible source because you know you can't trust someone with the username they did the math. What a username! I need to get on here. Morningstar Investor. Driftwood Paradise. Wait, Doomflog _ Man vs. Spider. These are funny. You know, I need to get a Stuck in the Elevator Reddit thread and get my Reddit on. Responding, making posts, causing drama. Yes, but anyway, Parks and Rec is really good so far. I really like... Who's my favorite character? I just love Amy Poehler. She's inspo for this freaking podcast. I love Good Hang, and I think she's great in it because I think she's smarter than Michael Scott, I want to say, and she's definitely more aware, but she's just like so happy-go-lucky, whereas like Michael Scott is kind of just like he is happy-go-lucky, but he's also just like not fully there, I want to say. But because she's like really good at her job in the parks department, she's just a little like woohoo, and like that's when like problems start sometimes. But I really like Anne. Rashida Jones, is that her last name? Rashida, I think it's Jones. And I think Tom is so funny, and they're all great. So I'm excited to keep going with that because I've heard it gets better and better. And yeah, Rob Lowe, I think, enters in season 3. He's not there quite yet, but he will enter soon. Okay, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of today's episode. I pinpointed everything on my, like, catch up with me note card. I feel like I'm breathing really loud into this microphone. Apologies if you are listening with headphones. I'm looking through what I've got to say. Okay, I only have one side, but we'll get through this in the next 20 minutes. Yep. Okay. Well, maybe 15. I'm talking about shopping today. Just a very general topic. I have things written down. I love to shop, and I don't know where it comes from. I just think it's like being a girl and loving clothes, but also loving everything like decor. Like, it's not just clothes. I don't know. Would you consider shoes clothes? Because I like shoe shopping. Carrie Bradshaw loves shoe shopping. That's something too that's interesting about me. She always has like her outfits eat down, but she only talks about like buying shoes. She's like, I need these $400 Manolos, blah 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 blah. And then Charlotte, oh my god, that's an episode. The guy like likes touching her feet, and so he gives her like free designer shoes, but she feels guilty about it. But hey, she could have just, I don't know, she probably kept a few pairs of those. 1 or 2. I think she bought 1 or 2. She didn't buy them, Whatever. Anyway, we're just going to talk about shopping. So the first point I have is online shopping. I love to online shop, and you might think this is a problematic behavior because it's like, Ellie, you're spending so much money. No, I like to just like online shop to pass time. Like, I will just go to the website, like the Aritzia website, or Nordstrom, or just anything, and I love to online shop and just browse for like things I think I need, and then they'll sit in my cart, and they usually never get bought. But I just think like online shopping is a fun pastime. Like, it's kind of like watching a show, or like I should be reading a book. Really need a book recommendation, so gotta look for one of those. I feel like reading a book is like the most intellectual habit you could do besides chess, which I also need to learn. Everything that I like don't do, but I should do, my brother does. He does it well. Like, my brother loves to read, but he reads like interesting things. Like, he's got this like book, and it looks like Thor is on the cover, but it's like, I think its name is Gotrek, and he's like got a long hair, and he's got a shield, and he's got a sword, and he's fighting something. I don't think there's a dragon on it. I don't know. But he's read a lot of stuff. But me? I don't think the last, like, I tried reading a book for my class in the fall, but I don't think I got all the way through it. I don't even remember what the book was. I think the last book I read was Last Time I Was in a Bar is the last time I was in a bar. Like, I don't know the last book I read, but it was within the last 2 years. Okay, well, I'll pick something up. I'm sure. Okay. Anyway, I just love to online shop. I don't buy a bunch of stuff. If I need something, I will buy it, but whatever. I've recently, as in like in the last 3 or 4 years, gotten into Depop. And if you think you're spending too much money shopping, and you wanna keep shopping, but you don't wanna like spend so much, get on Depop. That's like my biggest recommendation, because Depop has literally everything. You can look up a specific thing, and they'll have it, and then you can like it. And then you can be really, really sad when you go to your likes and you see sold. And you'll be like, oh, I totally was going to buy that, when you really weren't. And there's probably 10 other of the same exact item on Depop. I think Depop's great because, I don't know, clothes being used like doesn't really bother me. and you just like get it and you wash it and it's great. It's brand new and it's like brand new to you. It's like used car shopping. And normally, you know, this is though something I have an issue with on Depop is people don't understanding that Depop's about haggling and Depop is about good deals. And I don't like to get lowballed. I don't like to get lowballed when I'm selling a shirt for $10 and someone wants it for $4. I'm like, I'll give you 8. Like, can we, like, that's not even, that's a crazy lowball because this is already a $10 shirt that was probably normally 30. So like, let's be civil here. But I don't like when people are selling something that's clearly been worn, but it's like nice. It's like Aritzia or Lulu or something, but there's no tags and like they're like barely worn, but the tags are off. It's like when you buy a car, you know how they say like the value of a car depreciates the most when you drive it off the lot? It's like the value of that shirt depreciates the most when you rip that tag off and wear it. I don't care if you've only worn it once. It doesn't have the tag on it anymore. So how am I supposed to know it's new? And also, that's just how it works. Things depreciate in value. That's just how the economy is. So you can't be expecting, they're charging the same exact price they bought it for. I'm like, no. You're not, that's not how this game works. Okay? If you bought that shirt for $68, you're going to have to sell it for like 50 minimum, maximum, not minimum, maximum. That's just how this game works. Otherwise, no one's going to buy your stuff. And like, yeah, it's irritating, but it's okay. I also don't like people who sell on Depop and in like the obviously message before buy is totally fair because sometimes you don't want to get caught off guard and then like notice someone spot your shirt and you're like, where is that shirt? And you gotta like ship it out in the next 4 days or Depop is on you. And the person like I don't like waiting more than like a couple days to ship out the Depop. So I would Depop in college and have to walk to the post office. You know, I was Depopping last semester. I was at that post office all the time, shipping out just like shirts I had. But I don't like when people in like the bio for the item or whatever are like what do they say? They're like, we'll ignore lowballs and price firm. Okay, like we gotta have a little wiggle room. We're on Depop. You're not selling it on the company site. Like, this is Depop. This is about haggling, okay? Price firm when the price is really high. Okay, no one's gonna buy that. Just my advice. Okay, next thing. So malls are just like dying. And there's so many malls around me that are just overtaken by the Mall of America. And I love the Mall of America. That's always my mall of choice, if I have any say. And there's so many malls that are just like, stores are pulling out, or like, there's no more food court. They don't have any appeal. They're stopping renovations, which is fair, because like, why are you going to put money into something that no one's going to visit? And everyone, especially malls like in like a 20 or 30, not 30 miles, maybe like 15 to 20 mile radius of Mall of America, they're just like gone with the wind. So rip in-person mall shopping. It's so early 2000s core. It's so, oh my gosh, when I think of malls, I think of the Sister Squad episode where they're shopping for each other. And specifically the Christmas one, and James is running with Grayson and he trips and falls. It's so funny. I miss Sister Squad down. I miss it because that was a great duo. But now there's controversy with James, and Emma's just like girl bossing. But Grace and Ethan Dolan have made an appearance again online. Oh, this is exciting. This is really exciting. But yeah, RIP Sister Squad. I loved your videos where you shop for each other and run through the mall. Bring back malls. I loved malls. But when I am at the mall, where do I like to shop? What are my favorite stores to hit? Well, I think my favorite is Abercrombie. I love their jeans. I love their tops. I love their activewear. I love their hoodies. I just like love anything Abercrombie. They have great selection. They even have like collabs with like NFL, MLB. So like you can wear sporty stuff. Yeah, I just think it's overall a very like good quality too. And I feel like they have good sales, so like I can get stuff on sale pretty often, I would say. I feel like they have a good sale And yeah, I really like Abercrombie. I also love Aritzia. Aritzia is my other. I really like Aritzia Active. Um, what else do I like there? I like their sweats. That's kind of what I like to wear. So if I really need a top, I will splurge. I did get my grad dress at Aritzia too, so they just are great quality too. I'm big on now like lesser items. No more Sheen hauls. And I've never had a big Sheen haul. I've only gotten swimsuits off Sheen, but just smaller quantity, better quality. That's what we got to do. And going off that, I actually took an environmental studies class this past semester, and we had to research a topic about. I could actually pull up what I wrote on my laptop. We had to research like. That's a long pause. Sorry, guys. We had to research an environmental topic that like intrigued us or concerned us, and we just had to write like a paragraph, not a paragraph, yeah, like a paragraph to a page, like going over like an article about this topic and like what we learned and like why it's credible. And so I don't know if I have any of these in my Word, but I'll just give you a brief overview of what I learned. I learned about invasive species, but I chose fast fashion. Here we go. Fast fashion solutions. I chose fast fashion and textile waste because I love to shop. And it's interesting to know that a lot of cheap clothes are thrown away. Duh. That's not that interesting to know. Why did I brief it like that? But especially though in poor countries, like people think like sending clothes to poor countries are like that's the thing, like they're gonna really make a difference, but those clothes actually just end up in landfills, and then the landfills end up by waterways, and because it's like cheap clothing, the like microplastics and chemicals secrete from that cheap clothing and get into their water. Bad. That's really bad. So you should be buying clothes that are made of cotton. Cotton is like the best thing your clothes could be made of, because it doesn't have all those chemicals and things. And I know you really want like a billion going out tops. Me too. Like, I think everyone wants cute clothes, and I think everyone just like, it's hard to have to pay like a bunch of money for just like one or two tops. But if you just find like a few tops that, you can mix and match with pants to make different outfits or skirts or whatever, then we don't like have so much waste. So think about that, especially going back to school shopping. Lots of clothes, lots of shoes are going to be bought, and we really need to buy higher quality things and stop buying so much fast fashion, even though it's so tempting. And I know, like, I'm a victim. I love a good deal. I love let me buy 10 shirts for $50. Like, perfect. Well, that might be excessive. Maybe like 10 shirts for 100 or 120 or something along those lines. But, it's better to just get good quality things. If I have any message for you today, hey, maybe you don't need that Sheen cart. Maybe you could just get one or two cute things from Abercrombie or Aritzia. Hey, non-sponsored, but I'm not saying no to a sponsorship. I put my email in my bio of my TikTok, hoping brands would just be like chasing after me, like, please promote our product. Me with 470 followers on TikTok. Hey, I'm gonna do a giveaway at 1,000 followers. I should put that in my bio. I will give away something. I am itching to do a giveaway. Is that weird? I would love to do a giveaway. I think doing a giveaway is so fun. I've never won one, so it makes me like interested, because I'm like, are giveaways real? Is that a real thing, a giveaway? Because I've never won. It seems like a ploy for followers, and no one actually wins. Interesting, but if I did a giveaway, I don't even know what I would give away. Is there like regulations with giveaways? Because like brands, like you can't give away something of, I don't know. I think I would give away what's something I love. I think I'd give away Uggs. I think I'd do an Ugg giveaway. I love Uggs. I need to buy a new pair. I would do an Aritzia set giveaway. Just send me your size after you give away. Give away to 1,000 followers, mark my words. Mark my words. This is on. They said this a lot in Parks and Rec. Can I say that's on the record? Everything you've said has been on the record. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Well, let me do a little sports update. I need my own like theme. Training camp is happening for the NFL. I read headlines today that Kirk Cousins and Max Crosby got in like a little spat, a little scuffle at training camp. And so like Fernando Mendoza gets like, I guess that hurt Kirk Cousins' odds at being starting quarterback. So Fernando Mendoza is like the guy now, which I thought he was always like the guy. I usually thought they like gave like the drafted rookie, because Kirk Cousins isn't like a starter anymore. He's a backup guy. But I'm not saying he's bad, but he's definitely there, I feel like, for backup anyway. So I'm not really too surprised. But I wonder what their fight could have been about. I think maybe like, I don't know, something football related. Maybe they were doing like a scrimmage and Max Crosby like hit him really hard. And like, you're not really supposed to do that to your own teammate. Like, because otherwise, like, if Kirk Cousins got hurt, they would probably not be too happy. So maybe it was warranted. Kirk might have gotten hurt or something, and they gave it to Max Crosby. But there's so many things in the comments that are so funny. They're like, this is like the opposite spectrum of white men, which is so true. Like, Kirk Cousins and Max Crosby are like here and here on the freaking spectrum. So we'll see how that shakes down in the Vegas. Maybe there's some stress from the Vegas. I wonder if like players who have to play in the Vegas, Sandy Cohen, do you think they have like gambling problems? Like, do you think that's like a stress reliever for like, I'm sure football gets stressful. I'm sure. Do you think they like go to the casino? But I think there's some regulations about like athletes being gamblers. I think it's not a great look. So hopefully not too much. The Brewers won today. I took a fat nap during the game. It was like the bottom of the sixth and I fell asleep and I kept like waking up. I don't know why I'm having dreams like this, but I keep having dreams about me just like eating a bunch of food. But I'm like on the couch and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't actually eat all that food. Is that a weird dream to be having? I don't know. I'm having these weird dreams and I wake up and I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't really eat that. And I like can't even think of what I ate. Just like I'm having dreams of me just like eating and eating. It's like a fear. I don't know. Hey, if you're a dream psychologist, tell me what that means. But I woke up and it was 10th inning. They went to extra innings playing the Twins and they won. So, whoop whoop. Go Brewers. Go Brewers. Miz pitched like, I think he stopped pitching the 6th inning. He was doing pretty good. Ripping 109. I don't think 109. I'm embellishing. 104, 105. The Miz, he's doing great things for Milwaukee. I think we're 3 games above the Braves, 3 or 4. But we play the Braves coming up in a couple weeks. That should be a great matchup. Gwen Hughes, if you're listening, I know you like the Braves, so it's on site. But we'll see who wins. We'll see how it shakes out. The Dodgers were on a 7-game losing streak. They did win last night against the Athletics, but they were on a 7-game losing streak. Billion, trillion, gazillion dollar roster. Lose 7 games in a row? Interesting. You think that team would be slump proof, but clearly money doesn't buy you talent. It's like in Harry Potter when Malfoy's dad buys the whole Slytherin team new brooms, and then Hermione's like, Hermione. I always pronounce her name wrong. I don't really know. Hermione's like, well, what does he say? She's like, well, your father can't buy talent. What does she say? She's like, they're talking about, Malfoy's like, look at the new brooms father gave my whole team. And then he's like the new seeker or whatever. And then, Hermione's like, well, Gryffindor doesn't need those fancy brooms. They've got pure talent. And then he's like, what are you saying, Mudblood? And then Ron eats slugs. Great movies. Those are like Christmas time movies for me, though. Like, I haven't watched Harry Potter in a long time because those are fall and Christmas movies for me. Okay, well, I think I'm going to end it here. I had a little mic issue. Hopefully I didn't lose too much sound, but hopefully I don't look. I'm always like staring at the camera and I'm like, I'm really just gonna have to put this out even if I look like an ogre. So hopefully I look okay, but thanks for listening. Today was kind of all over the place. I feel like last podcast was greatly structured. This one was structured, but kind of jumping. But maybe I'll see you next weekend otherwise. But maybe I'll get on to a week. But thank you guys. Bye.